What's going on, chat? Happy BTL Tuesday, episode 439 piece. As always, hold the fry, joined by your two hosts, Krabs and Javon, presented by Pickett Sports. Start tracking your bets on Pickett, will ya? Could not be easier. You link your sports books. It tracks all of it for you. It does all the dirty work. All you got to do is open the app and sync that puppy. Could not be easier. Go check out Pickett. I'll have my plays linked on that in a matter of hours. Okay? You guys can fade my MLB cake if you'd like on Pickett. All right, you can copy the bet right there, place it, bada bing, bada boom. All right, go check it out. Use promo code Chelly, use promo code Javon when you sign up. All right, awesome. Javon, another squad ride out. Okay.
Heart ripped out. I mean, it was rare that I think we see two teams like back-to-back have bigger collapses in the Reds, like in late in games, which was crazy to see.
Man, Phillies in extras. They give up, 4 runs in the top of the 10th? They get one back?
Gag.
Not enough? Man. Steer gag. Shout out the stat guy who put up that he's never hit a grand slam in his life, the pitch before he hit a grand slam. Really appreciate that one. Phillies cake. It is what it is. Mets were also caked. Nats first 5 were also caked. I mean, I got 5 X's on the left sector. 5 piece. These don't come around often, folks. Take a picture.
Early in the season.
Right? Take a picture. Make fun of me. It is what it is. 0-5. These don't come around often. Okay, we're bouncing back today with some winners. I like our odds. We put up a legacy, all-time, atrocious performance on BTL yesterday. I like our chances today.
Yeah,
I like our chances today in a little bounce back spot. Yeah, shout out the Nats. When we had 4 Nats logos up there on the Sharp Report, we knew bad things were to come. At least we should have.
That was the source of all cake right there.
Just trying to tell Lauren as well. Like we were talking about that Mackenzie Gore, MLB Live strikeout square. I was like, I fucking love it. Let me know what you're pairing it with. I'll tell you. He hooks and then next inning he gets 2 strikeouts in the 4th. Absolutely brutal. Our problem is it starts at the front here, Javon. We're trusting the Nats. That's the issue. Okay. And that's on me. It starts at the front. I'm the Nats guy and this team is moose shit. There's a reason I took their season win total under. It's because they're absolute rat meat on a baseball diamond. They are. And they should not be bet on right now. First 5, first 3, first 7. I don't give a shit. Nothing. Keep the Nats out of the slips. Let's get back to fading them. That's when we make coins. Except when Corbin's pitching. Because I guess when you fade him when he pitches, he turns into fucking Cy Young. All right? That's the recipe for success. Let's keep the Nats out of the Sharp Reports. Bad things happen when they're in here. Especially when there's 4 logos looking at me. Ugh. Get that off the screen, please. Let's go to the Moose Shit King of the Board recap. Might be the first time ever we both have losers on there.
Yeah, potentially.
Maybe it's because we took our teams to win. I feel like that was like the gambling gods, sitting around a table up top and maybe, looking down, putting the BTL stream up and laughing. Maybe drinking some wine. That's what I picture. Thinking, these kids, they think they're fucking taking the Nats and Rays their teams to win today and they're bringing the coins home. Come on. We knew those coins weren't coming home when we plugged these fucking bets in. What are we doing? Shit card, Nick. Shit card. You got any bets on that game?
I mean, I wouldn't be down to go away from our goats.
You're not on the Brewers, are you?
No. Absolutely.
So you wouldn't mind if I said Matt Wallner?
I wouldn't mind it at all.
Okay, good. Good to know. All right. Booking with Primus in Cabo, would you look at that? He's probably got, 10 fucking open parlay spots he's trying to fill. Maybe he'll just take the fucking Rangers today and they'll win. I don't know. We got Budman coming in hot, 24-month resub. Let's go, Budman. People forget you're an OG. W fellas, Budman. Appreciate the tag on there as well. I would not have known it was you, Budman. Resubbing. Appreciate that. How about the Yanks? Yeah, they're great. All right, let's move on. Steam cracks. And no, it's not about the Yankees being great. We addressed that yesterday. They are great because they have Juan Soto now. And they've got Aaron Judge backing him up, protecting him, and right behind him in the line. Okay, we know it's Juan Soto's team. They might have a chance. All right, we don't have to go through that again. We got a second for me to bitch, though, about something else?
Yeah.
Good.
Get after it.
It's before we get to the Sharp Report, brother, run that shit. Well, Mike Vrabel, it's been a tough year, my man. I feel for you. All right. People thinking you're maybe going to get a head coaching job in DC. Maybe you're going to go take over for Belichick, where you played for in the Patriots in your career. No, you don't really get shits. You end up getting, I think, an assistant coaching job with the Browns. And the next thing you know, it's a slow week and people are fucking taking pictures of you at the tables losing coins. I'll tell you what, I can speak from personal experience, Javon. On this trip we just went to out there in Vegas for the first and second rounds of March Madness, I was bleeding coins at the tables. And I'm not Mike Vrabel, I'll tell you that much. But if I was sitting there and somebody's taking a picture of me looking like that at the table, and I could picture this, image very clearly. I've actually lived this multiple times at the tables at the casino, where you just look like you're lost. Mike Vrabel, it's been a couple tough weeks here, brother. You hit the win, right? So we know you like to gamble. Sure, Danny, that's where all the goats go. Where else would you go? Come on. Mike Vrabel just trying to blow off some steam, Javon. And people are up in his face taking pictures of him losing coins. Okay? He actually addressed this on Twitter. I thought that was fucking hilarious. Slow news day, huh? You win some, you lose some. W. Mike Vrabel, you are correct. He's been losing a lot. Hasn't been winning too much recently, whether it's at the tables or, with his coaching career. But Mike Vrabel, I think there's better things to come. And I hate to see people on Twitter dragging you for losing coins at the tapes, looking like you just saw a ghost. It looked to me in that image like he just rolled some snake eyes. I'm not going to lie to you. He's playing some craps. He probably just lost all his coins there. He looked like he saw a ghost, right? Let's leave him alone. Let Mike Vrabel be. All right, we saw him when we went out there in Arizona, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, whatever, for the Super Bowl when we were out there at the casinos down there in Arizona. He was in the high roller room with us playing some table games. The guy is one of us. Okay. He likes to gamble. He likes to blow off some steam. Let him do it. Get the cameras out of the man's face. Let him live. Okay. You could tell, you could see the pain in his eyes in this image. You really can. Javon, people need to hop off. Let Mike Vrabel live a little bit. Let him blow off some steam at the tables, huh?
Let the man do what he wants to do in Vegas, man. He's kind of been slapped by a couple of head coaching jobs, had to settle, and he's just going to Vegas to blow off some steam. Let the man live.
It's literally me at the game last night paying for Diamond Club tickets to see Matt Barnes go into the game in the 8th inning when it's tied, giving up 10 runs.
Yeah, Matt Barnes is good.
Yeah, let's just bring in Matt Barnes to seal up the back end of that bullpen. That should work. Matt Barnes?
I bet.
Steam Crabs, round 2 here. I'm looking at this Nats lineup. I'm seeing Eddie Rosario strikeouts. I'm seeing Ildemardo Vargas look like he needs a cane to round first base when he's running because he's so fucking old. I'm looking at Matt Barnes coming out of the bullpen in the 8th inning to, pitch a couple innings for the Nats potentially and keep him in it. And I'm thinking to myself, why? Why are these veterans on this team? Why are they here? This doesn't even make sense. It doesn't align with what we're trying to do. And they stink on top of it. The only guy who did shit yesterday that I liked was Riley Adams.
Yeah, go.
Straight up. Almost said Matt Adams, also a legend. But Riley Adams, okay? He is a goat. I'm looking at that team, Javon. I'm thinking, what are we doing? Sure, they're up there. Probably should be higher. I'm surprised it's not. I would have guessed they were actually, like 10.
It's kind of a funny graphic, looking and seeing the Giants and Phillies up there.
Yeah, that probably won't last. We'll see. Maybe they were due for some regression this season after elite, years out of the bullpen out of nowhere. Last year with the guys they had, right? Maybe some law of averages here for those two squads. But why are the Nats wasting their time with these veterans on the one-year deals? I guess they're trying to flip them at the deadline if they're worth anything, but they couldn't be worse. They couldn't be worse. Matt Barnes, that's the answer in the 8th? Are we tanking again? What's the deal here? Who's calling the shots? The fuck?
Yeah, it's a moose.
Oh, and then over the weekend against, your second team, the Reds, we got our actual, closers or, back into the bullpen guys, and Kyle Finnegan and Hunter Harvey, and those guys can't close out anything. Moose shit.
Yeah, I mean, when you face Barry Bonds, you give him a pass for that.
That is true. That is a good point. When you face Will Benson, what can you expect?
God, it's a tough situation to be in, man. Nobody can do it.
Tough. Rockies and A's, worst pens by a mile. Yeah, they probably will be. 2024 Washington Nationals season. Yep, there we go. I bet.
There it is.
It's a good find. Holy smokes, man. Going to Nats game Thursday. Can't wait to hammer the Pirates. I wouldn't blame you. The Pirates look like they're the Dodgers right now. They got like 15 hits yesterday. Insane. They're dialed. Unbelievable. Their hitting coach should get a raise. We'll take him as our manager. God damn it, man. Another year, same shit. Nats are miss. Goods?
You know what we get tomorrow, though?
Ooh, what?
Cole Reagans and Corbin Burns.
Ooh. Two goats. We have a total game or any odds up?
It just had to be at 1 p.m. It just had to be.
Not the Aaron Rodgers clip, man.
You're welcome, Mike.
Unbelievable.
Full legacy home run.
Jordan Westberg, man, my guy.
Don't sleep on him. You
Don't
guys got
sleep
like
on him.
100 Jordan Westbergs just ready at the helm.
Have you
ready
seen
for
that
call.
meme that they like all look alike?
I mean, yeah, they're just like token white
Same
dudes out
dudes.
there.
Literally,
Getting
they're
called out. You got
clones.
like 50 of them ready.
Yeah.
At any
Just-
point.
Yeah, at any point.
Insane.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you build a good team. You get a good farm system. You got plenty of prospects. We got
Yep.
D. Decker coming in, resubbing, W's 13 months. Absolutely love to see that. Jake Engelbart. Don't forget about him. Don't let that get swept. Resubbing for 14 months. Sure. W, gentlemen. Javon Acuna getting his first deep shot today. Ruski. I'll go ahead and take this one, Javon. I'm happy you asked, and we're going to talk about that. We've got a little Dinger Tuesday segment coming up after the Sharp Report to give you guys some plays we like, some people to go yeah. Some people that hit tanks on Dinger Tuesday. Happy Dinger Tuesday to those who celebrate. I know it's kind of a national holiday for baseball fans, for MLB bettors, right? We're back. First one of the season. Okay. Lock the fuck in. Lock the fuck in.
There we go.
Javon, we got the Sharp Report coming up. A lot of baseball. All right. We do have the NIT as well tonight that we're going to get to. But first, I wanted to show you guys the worst thing I saw today. And it was my own tweet from last night at the game. I'm sitting there watching Matt Barnes walk the bases loaded, looking like rat meat. And I'm hearing cheers. I'm looking around saying, people are fucking happy. People are starting waves. Are you serious? Is this some sort of fantasy land for people? I don't understand. We wait to do the wave, not when we're tied 3-3 after a Riley Adams tank. We wait till we're down when Matt Barnes is in the game, giving up fucking 5 runs in the 8th. I'm sitting there angry as hell, wondering to myself, what are we doing, guys? This is complacency, is what this is. This is why we're at the bottom of the basement of the division, right? This is why we stink. It starts at the top. And until the fans get on board and start booing, the Nats aren't going to get any better. The ownership's going to have no pressure. I might have to start boo chants, anti-wave chants. Maybe we sit down on the fucking concrete. I don't know. But the opposite of this needs to start happening. We got Nats fans out here like it's a fucking party when the team's down 8-2, giving up runs during the fucking worst inning of the season. Zero awareness.
Moose. That's Moose.
Zero awareness. That's Nats baseball fans for you right there. There it is. Absurd.
You got to be the difference there, Krabs.
You can see the pain in my fucking eyes, man.
That might be top 3 video of all time.
Yeah, the pan to Krabs is all time.
It's all time.
Unbelievable.
You can just see it in your neck how angry you are. You're just like,
seething.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you can see the pain in my fucking eyes, bro. It's pain that's lasted for the last 4 years. Yeah, that's the Vrabel look. Same look we saw Vrabel at the tables.
Yeah.
All right. He's one of us. Dude, the wave went on for like 15 minutes. It was actually fucking terrible. I wanted to leave. I never leave games early. I like to ride it out, especially sitting in the Diamond Club. They're bringing you drinks. You're like a fucking king out there. But the wave for 15 minutes at the end of the game when we're down 7 runs.
It's Moose.
Come on. Got to be better. Got to be better. Yeah, I don't think I spoke for the last 30 minutes of that game. The girl asked me if I was okay. I'm not. The Nats suck.
Yeah, I just watched a big 2 innings of piss.
Holy smokes. We got Fluffy Bears coming in hot. Damn, 15 months. Time flies, huh, Fluffy Bears? Time flies. W's. Appreciate the resub. W Fluff. Okay. Get this freaking Nats wave out of here. Everyone's sitting in there packed. Sell out last night. By the way, shout out SeatGeek for those tickets. They were fire. If you guys aren't buying your tickets on SeatGeek, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. That's the most fire app that I use probably the most to buy my tickets on. Go check out SeatGeek, chat. Use the promo code. Get a couple free beers, will you? Okay, I caught those tickets on SeatGeek. Javon, honorable mention. Wanted to show you this if you haven't seen it yet. Eddie Lampkin apparently was IG Live last night talking about where he might go, going over his potential new schools. He also was addressed and said that Colorado doesn't want him back. Shocker. But yeah, apparently he stopped and just put the phone down in the sink and took a piss. Took a leak. Middle of the IG Live. Imagine sitting there looking at Eddie Lampkin popping up on your feed saying, I guess I'll tune in, see where the hell he's going. College basketball is pretty much over here. Oh, nice. What is that stream I'm hearing in the fucking back of my ears? It's Eddie Lampkin taking a piss.
Dude,
what are we doing, Eddie?
You're such a bozo, man.
Is that not the most Eddie Lampkin tweet you've ever seen?
Yeah. It's just classic Eddie activity. I'm so over it. I don't understand
the way this guy worded the
either.
tweet is hysterical. He goes, got up to take a piss? What? People had to listen? Just listen to Lampkin taking a leak. He was so confused, bamboozled, thrown off. W streamer, sure.
Yeah, that's fam. Dubs.
That is crazy. Yeah, he is piss fam, DeGen. That's piss fam if I've ever heard of it. All right, maybe he'll come back to TCU. I don't know. I don't care.
Please don't, dude.
It's not worth our time.
No.
All right. Holy smokes. W's. Let's get these damn worst thing I saw today segments out of here. Let's hop into some plays. Can we? Some sharp report action here. Guys, cannot be worse than whatever the fuck we put up here yesterday. All right. We're bouncing back with some winners. 10 plays we're loving on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon slate. All right. We got MLB starting up in a couple hours. We've got NIT tourney games. Don't sleep on them. All right. We've got some slept on underrated games, I guess you could call them, in the NIT tonight. Yeah, NBA, NHL, the whole 9 yards. Plenty to talk about, Javon. And plenty of baseball plays. We're not giving up.
Plenty of them.
We didn't hear no bell.
No.
Yankees are on there. Yeah, that should fix whatever happened yesterday. Sure.
You know it's mandatory, Krabs.
It is. Hey, I gave it a look myself. Can't even kid. I almost put that in there myself, but I'm going with that over. Let's start at the top. Let's start with the Angels and Miami here with this total. I'm sure you're hip. I don't know if all chat is, but Miami 0-5 to start the season. Miami 5-0 to the over to start the season. Guys, this isn't your Krabs from a couple of years ago that lost 40 units on MLB. All right, this is Krabs who's finding new ways to bet and find winners on the diamonds. All right, we improved last year. We're going to keep getting better this year. We already know we hit the prize pick squares, but the straight book plays, we found a lot of success with weird, nasty overs, moving up, getting steamed, a run or two. We've got another one here I'm looking at for the Angels and Miami game. The total sitting from it went from 8 to 9 in this contest, still moving up. The over is still catching steam, which I love to see. The odds keep getting juicier and juicier for the over. This morning there were some 8.5s. Now I'm pretty much only seeing some 9s. Great sign. That juice is almost getting back up to minus 110 as well. So we're getting runs in this contest. And like I said earlier, 5 straight overs for Miami. Typically, Krabs wouldn't be taking it over here. If we've gotten 5 straight, you'd be trying to fade it, get cute. But in MLB, guys, that does not work. That doesn't work. I'm going to ride with the steam here on the over. I think these two bigger name arms who people are familiar with Anderson and Luzardo, are going to get absolutely rocked. And all it's going to take is one of these two gentlemen to get rocked. Both are lefties. The Angels got some guys in that lineup who love hitting off of lefties. We're going to talk about some of those for the Dinger Tuesday angle. We're going to talk about one of those guys when we get down to the prize pick squares at the bottom of this sharp reports. But we're getting runs from both sides, and all it's going to take is one of these two starters to get blown up, if not both, which I think is very, very feasible. Totals up. I like the runs. I love seeing a bazillion prize pick squares up in this game for both these teams, especially the Angels. Crazy. Give me runs. All right. And don't look at that little graphic with the Houston logo. It's supposed to be a Miami logo. Over in LA and Miami this afternoon. Javon, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't mind that. I think walks are your friend in that game. Tyler Anderson obviously does it a little more than Luzardo, but I think he can both ways. So I have no qualms with that at all.
Okay. Good. Take me to the Toronto team total over. You like runs there as well?
Yeah, I mean, for one, it's backing them, obviously, after they got no hits. But they're facing Framber today, who I generally kind of like because last year he was a big regressions coming guy. We started to see it at some points. And I think, overall this year, he's going to be all right. But Jay's lineup is really good against lefties, and I don't love to use, small sample sizes. You're not going to hear me referencing too many ranks against lefties or righties much for the next couple weeks until the teams get a solid sample size against them. But the Jays, I don't think anything is going to change. I think they're top 5 versus lefties, and that's probably where they're going to stay. They're really good against lefties last season. They made huge adds, a lineup that can hit and not strike out against lefties. And Justin Turner, big proponent, even IKF at the bottom is huge because he's going to put the ball in play against lefties, which is big against a guy like Framber. So I think they're going to hop all over him today. And Framber too, he's going up against a very patient team in the Jays. So I saw in the Rays series against the Jays, they made a lot of their pitchers really kind of work. And especially Tyler Alexander, who got shelled by them when he came in for a bulk starts. Not that he's Framber, but I think Framber is going to be in hell tonight. And it definitely, even if they weren't coming off the no-hitter, I probably would have taken the same thing. But I think they hop all over him today. And, Justin Turner and a couple of guys that I guess I'll mention when we're talking about Dinger Tuesday, I'm in on scoring some runs.
All right. Love the angle back at Toronto's bats after getting no hits. That's a system play right off the rip. I'm in. All right. Shout out Ronel Blanco for that no-hitter last night. Incredible story. Good for him. That's how you start out your season, my man. That's how you keep your job in the rotation. Holy smokes. Good for him. Back to Malik coming in, resubbing as well for 17 months. An absolute legend at GOAT. He's been here since the beginning. 5-0 Yankees. And back to Malik. I just complimented you, dude, and you're dropping 5-0 Yankees. Come on. Come on. I know they're 5-0. They're incredible. They got Soto. They got a winner now on their team. It's crazy what happens when you bring on the winner. It's nuts.
Sure.
They haven't had one yet. They got one now. Speaking of New York, looks like we got 2 plays up there in the Big Apple for our next 2. Let me get it started out with the Mets here. And I'm seeing in chat, people are saying it's going to get rained out. Guys, I'm not a meteorologist, okay? I don't fucking know. I don't care. If the Mets game happens today, I'll be on them on the ML against these 4-0 Tigers, and they have still not gotten off the schneid and gotten a win themselves. I mean, really could not be a worse start for the Mets so far. They look atrocious. They can't get anybody on base. It's bad. MLB season Megalodon from me, Pete Alonso. He's got 0 RBIs. It's been almost a week. Pete Alonso, wake the fuck up. Stop going to country concerts, dancing around like you're the lead singer.
I think he had a Turk.
Did he get a Turk?
I think he had a Turk. I think it was a solo Turk.
Did he get one Turk?
Yeah, I think he got one, if I'm not mistaken.
He did get 1 homer. Okay. All right, so he's got 1. But overall, I mean, I keep checking these Mets scores. I keep betting on the Mets to finally get off the schneid and get their first win. And this team, they stink. I'm not giving up yet. It's been less than a week. Okay, it'd be foolish to give up. But they look like moose. We'll see if they can pick it up today and get a win. Thought it was pretty hilarious seeing them as a favorite and catching some steam as well with Hauser on the bump here. But like chat's saying, might not even be worth going over with all this weird weather. They've caught 10 cents of steam against the undefeated Tigers. That's about all I needed to see to lock in the Mets and double dip after taking them last night and it being a donation. Give me New York ML. Hopefully the rain holds off. All right?
That would be nice.
Take me into the city. Take me to Yankee Stadium. Why do we like the ML?
Yeah, I wish they'd lost the game already, or I'd feel even better about this, but I have to take them. It's a spot where I have to against Gallen, and it's not just kind of aligning with what I think is going to happen about Gallen. And I definitely particularly pointed out this start early in the season, along with his next one. That's probably going to be in Coors. We saw a lot of hard hit balls against a really bad Rockies lineup that he gave up, and that was kind of the same story that we saw last year, but the Rockies lineup is full of guys that's all they do. It's like the Yankees lineup is full of guys who A, hit the ball hard, but B, are also so much better BABIP wise at finding places to put it. It's like Juan Soto, primary example of that. Aaron Judge, primary example of that, not early on in the season, but I wouldn't be shocked if he comes alive today. Even like the bottom of that lineup, Volpe is starting to break out like I kind of hoped he would. And even like Oswaldo Cabrera is randomly Babe Ruth right now. So like they are going to hit Zach Gallen hard. And when you look at all of his lines in the books, I know there's a little bit of a Yankees tax, obviously, but definitely indicates that. And probably one of the weirdest things is that he's listed at 2.5 walks today, which for anybody that's familiar with Zach Gallen, he did have a couple, he was struggling with command against the Rockies, but he is one of the guys that has the biggest command of the strike zone in like all of the MLB. So like last year, I mean, he would have a walk a game, if that, for a majority of the front half of the season. So he being listed at 2.5 walks, maybe a Soto tax too, but I think this is just a terrible matchup for him. And this is the first time we're going to see him look a little human and actually have that hard contact come to use against the Yankees lineup that is absolutely scary right now.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Are you with me on runs? We can kind of segue into the over in this game. Obviously, you like more from the Yankees if you have their ML, but you think Arizona gets goose egged here? You think they put up a couple and help me with this over? What are your thoughts?
You can put up a couple. I definitely like their lineup a lot better against righties than I do lefties, but
okay.
Nestor's not a bad matchup for some of their like really good righties like Gurriel and then Christian Walker. I think they have solid games against him, but yeah, I mean, I think once you get into the back end of that D-backs bullpen, like you're not going to see the top end guys. It's a little tough. So like the Yankees, if they get on Gallen early, it's going to be moose from there.
Hovey looking like he's getting sharp in the MLB this season, saying go check out Lindor. He's got a weird prize pick square. Only demons besides runs. Pretty much the same look as Glaber yesterday, and he's soared over. Lindor is also at plus 400s for a nuke, a little bit shorter than typical. Obviously, it's if the game gets played is the main factor there, but maybe Francisco Lindor doing some stuff for the Mets. Okay. Would love to see it. Holy shit, get on base so fucking Pete Alonso could drive you in, do something, Lindor. Mets game ain't happening, fellas. All right. This is a good sign, though, Javon. Looks like Gallons, K's, and the D-backs are getting boosted. A couple places, not surprised. Good.
Pretty funny.
Good. All right. Yeah, give me runs in this contest. I think they will mainly be from the Yankees. I almost took their ML myself, but it just didn't feel right. And I feel like if I put that on the sharp report after yesterday, we're asking for trouble. Okay,
Fair.
we're asking for trouble if I put Yankees ML on there. But I do think both teams will put up some runs, mainly the Yankees carrying offensively against Zach Gallen. Love that fade today. Super down to get on the prize picks board and take some less than squares for him and fade his ass. But I do like runs overall. I mean, the total is up from 8.5 to 9. Nasty Nestor, he's a veteran, right? It might take him a couple starts to get back into midseason form. It does for a lot of these older guys, and he did not look too sharp in that first start. So I still feel good fading Nestor. I feel like he's very streaky. You can kind of tell, what's good with him. He'll have like a couple months looking really sharp, a month and a half of being pretty moose shit, and so on and so forth, like a roller coaster. Right now to start the season, Nestor looks a little bit fadeable. It's a good sign for you that I've seen that ML move from plus 105 to minus money some places for the Yankees ML, though. Great sign.
Zach Gallen
Great
in
sign.
Arizona, I was expecting, I know it's the Yankees who are undefeated to this point, but against Nestor, probably a little more respect than they're getting.
Yeah. I didn't know what they're going to open this at. I'm not really shocked to see Gallen open up as a favorite against the Yankees. I wouldn't have been shocked the other way, though, too, if they were like a short favorite. Since they're 5-0 and look unstoppable and they're the New York Yankees, there's the Yankee tax. They always get a little bit more respect than typical. Maybe that's starting to go away because of how fucking bad they've been over the last couple of years. It should be. That's what makes sense. But yeah, I wouldn't have been surprised either way where that line opened up on the ML. And now they're catching steam. That's all that matters. Okay.
Yeah.
Yankees ML.
4.5 too.
4.5 now. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Give me runs, mainly from the Yankees. Who knows? Maybe Soto will go yard. Maybe Judge will finally hit a home run for the first time this season. Pretty soft, Judge. You haven't hit a home run in a week. Just going to say.
It is pretty soft.
Pretty soft. It's pretty soft to him. He thinks he's the best hitter on earth. Greatest thing since sliced bread. Can't even hit a nuke in a week.
Juan Soto's doing all the work.
Pretty lazy.
You might have to lock in the Judge fade today, Krabs. Make him go yard.
For the people?
Yeah.
We'll Judge less than, and then on the books, we take Yankees ML in the over. We go about our day.
Yeah, then he'll literally turn into bonds.
As soon as I click that less than button, what's about to happen. He's about to fucking wake up from a nap and be like, fucking get his powers back. When is Verdugo going to put the bat on the ball? It could be a while, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, he's kind of the only one
moving teams.
Only one's lagging.
Yeah. Jordan, Shohei, Judge have all been soft. Yeah, they have. Verdugo has been brutal. I know. Guys, it's been a week.
Yeah, it helps when he has, I don't know, Anthony Volpe hitting, 600 either before or after him every game.
Leading the league in WAR.
Covers him up, yeah.
Leading the league in WAR. Pair it with Jordan under home run. Sure. Trent, I'm in, brother. If we take that, we might have some life on Yankees ML in the over tonight and your Jordan go well. Okay? Might have to just do it for the people. A little sacrifice. All right? I'm in. Volpe a goat. Yeah, Volpe balling. Again, guys, it's early. Baseball. Longer season. All right? Let's not overreact or underreact, though. Got to react a little bit. Tiger somehow 4-0 with Torque and Green hitting literally over. Insane. Trent said he's literally taking his under home runs. That could be the difference. Seriously, you lock in that today on the books for your holy shit, I was forgetting about it. Javon. Trent's got his no home run lace back today on Dinger Tuesday, the first one of the year.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Very curious to hear who Trent has for his no dinger home run light today. I don't want to jinx it, but hey, those could have been worse last year. I'll say that. Those could have been worse. All right.
Could have been worse.
Very, very curious. We'll have to tune into the surge for that one, buddies. All right. We'll see what he has. And also, guys, if you missed the morning after, okay, Mikey, Trent's, they were getting surgical this morning. All right. Talking about Caitlin Clark, talking about some of the games today. You can always go back and rewatch on the YouTube. People forget that. It gets swept. You can always go back and rewatch the apps if you're doing shit, if you're busy. All right. Tap in. Go check out the YouTube page. It looks clean. Go give it a sub, will you guys? Get us to 5K. If Judge and Jordan aren't in it, then I don't want it. Okay. Good. Also, I think Trent dropped a morning yap sesh by the pool.
Yeah, the yap.
This morning. Rumor has it. Okay, good. Guys, go check it out. Go check out the YouTube right now. Go, 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 go. Go sub. Hurry up. Javon, do you like gallon less than K's today?
Yeah. I mean, there's not a gallon fade that I can't get down with today. You're right? asking the anti-gallon guy today.
Good. you'd probably prefer taking his more than earned runs.
Yeah, I mean, I like him to give up runs more than focusing on the strikeouts, of course. But count me in for whatever.
Devin saying Toronto team total over could be a baby beluga. People are talking.
I'm definitely getting Mariners vibes. Tristan McKenzie, or Framber might be today's Tristan McKenzie.
Great call. How about we roll with one of those calls for the squad ride today, huh?
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that.
That sound like a plan?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Thoughts on Nats catcher Keibert Ruiz in fantasy? I love Keibert Ruiz. It sucks that our hitting coach is so aggressive and so, ground ball heavy, and he's not patient, which is like the opposite of how Keibert succeeds, in my opinion. I think Keibert is the better hitter when he's very patient and takes a lot of pitches and he's very selective. But our hitting coach, Darnell Coles, could not disagree more. He says you swing early and often, put the ball in play, base hits, ground balls. That's not how it works for Keibert. I don't understand, why we're trading for a guy like that when we're moving away, our elite prospects a couple of years ago for a guy that doesn't fit our scheme. I don't know. It'd be like if you have, you're the Ravens and you bring in Joe Flacco to come back and be your QB and you run the same rushing offense that you would with Lamar. It makes no fucking sense. It's what shit orgs do.
Yes.
Could be the diff. W Ravens drop there. Okay. Awesome. We went through the first 5 here. Looks like you snuck in a little hockey geyser for the people. A little Ottawa ML.
I snuck it in.
Huh.
Run with the Sens.
What do you like about the Sens tonight, huh?
Yeah, they're on a little win streak right now, which mid-season is probably not a thing I would back, but late in the season, this is just like the classic Sens thing of getting hot when it's already too late and they're out of the playoff race. And like now they play a Wild team who they're playing like super defensive and just tight right now because they're trying to not make the next mistake because they're right in the heat of the playoff race and the games still matter for them, obviously. So they're playing, which I think that doesn't work well for the Senators because the Senators play a very chaos style of hockey, like to play with tempo. They are huge on special teams, which so are the Wild. Their power play has been fantastic too. So it's probably not a bad overplay on this game if we get into a lot of special teams, but I think that doesn't work against the Sens. I think the Sens are kind of going out balls to the wall. They got nothing to lose in a lot of these games. And they're playing fast. It's going to take the Wild out of their comfort zone. And if the game is tied going into OT, like we've seen a couple of times now, the Wild are going to pull their goalie because they need this point. And they're willing to sacrifice that, just like they did. I think they did it against VGK, and they ended up losing that game in their last game. So the Sens, as much as they are, they look really, really good right now, and you could say that this is a buy high spot on them. I think going up against the Wild, it's a big style mismatch, which at this point in the season just feels like the perfect spot for the Sens to just be pests. So I'm in on them today.
All right. Plus 120. Plus chicks, some might say.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Does not worry you, obviously, that they're on this crazy streak?
No, because
impacting your decision here.
No, they're on a crazy streak, but they're also not playing for anything, so it kind of balances itself out. And then the Wild like need this like air because they're hanging on by a thread.
Give me the Caps breakdown. Big game tonight on the road against Chelly's Buffalo Sabres here. They're plus 110. They need a win. I think they're still in the playoff hunts. They're still in the playoff bracket as of right now. If the season ended, not many games left.
Yeah.
Big game tonight against the Sabres.
Massive game. Yeah. Massive game because I think they're
and
tied.
Aren't the Sabres involved too? They're right behind them trying to sneak in and take that spot back.
Yeah, the Sabres are definitely on the outside looking in right now. They're not dead yet, but the Caps, massive game because I think they're tied with the Red Wings. I think they have the spot, but they have the same amount of points as the Red Wings. So I don't know. This is a weird game. The Caps did just win that game, I think 4-3 in this little rematch that happened a little bit ago. And I think that might have been when you took them in that game. Could be mistaken though, but that's like the group of teams where I don't know, at this point in the season, these games that are huge, I just take the dog. So I mean, Caps are going to play slow, try not make the first mistake. They're kind of just like the Wild in the situation, but better. With a little worse, I guess, PP, I guess you could say. But I have absolutely zero interest in getting involved in that game. That is a flip a coin game.
Yeah, no Oshie as well. Hate that.
Yeah, no Oshie hurts.
Total's down from 6.5, although it opened up extremely juicy to the under, and some books it opened up 6. But total's down everywhere to 6. Maybe we get an under. It's two contrasting styles, right? Don't the Sabres like to play a little fast? Sabres like to score goals. They're not really defense-minded.
They're defensive minded when they want to be. They're definitely not
Yeah.
one of the faster teams in the league unless they get in a track meet with, another incredibly fast team. So like they'll play to the pace of whoever they're playing, and they'll probably try to match the Caps today.
Okay. All right. We got Yankee Will resubbing W's. I think Will was asking something in chat, but I know he is a Sabres fan. He's saying me versus Chaco. Chaco, the Caps fan. Sure. Chaco's saying they're about to lose tonight. Caps might have life, folks. Caps ML might have life. You know, when a fan says they're about to lose, you know what happens.
I would love the Caps lose because Penguins are sneakily somehow, some way.
There's
not
no
dead.
way they're still. Yeah.
Somehow, some way they're not exactly dead. They just beat the Rangers yesterday, which is crazy. But now they got to go back to back with the Devils, who the Devils are also in that Musha category where they can win every game, lose every game. So we'll see how that plays out.
All right, let's keep moving and grooving here. We've got a couple prize pick squares we got to cover before we just dive right into hockey. Happy to go back over it though, chat. If you guys want us to head back to the ice after this, we totally can. All right, but let's finish up these squares. I got to talk about Anthony Rendon. Thought about putting this in our Dinger Tuesday segment as well, but I'm not going to do it. Let's talk about Anthony Rendon. For some reason, the Angels, after all the BS that we've heard from Anthony Rendon over the years, after all the fake injuries, after all the drama, after all the bullshit, they decide, let's just, you know what, fuck it. Let's just put him at leadoff. I would pay money to be in there in that meeting room, hearing the decision-making and the reasons why. I would love to hear it. Seriously, I'd pay money to do it. I'd pay money to go in a time machine and somehow teleport to that meeting room. Because this guy does suck, like I was saying in chat. He does. Rendon sucks mentally. He's old at this point, so he can't even get away with not caring or trying. His body is, breaking down. It's not like he cares. Doesn't seem like a guy to me who's really working out, trying to keep his body in shape for the season. If anything, it's probably the opposite. I can see him going in the clubhouse, punching the wall, trying to break his hand so he goes back on the IL. That's the type of guy Rendon is. With all that being said, you think it was weird seeing that hit run RBI up there in this game?
Maybe a little bit, because nobody likes Rendon. But if he's hitting the lead off, that's still a pretty enticing square, I'd say.
Pretty enticing. Look, guys, I remember watching back in my day Rendon when he was good. I remember it. He was elite. Okay. There's one thing I know about Anthony Rendon. Since he came out of Rice as a 5th-round draft pick for the Nats, that dude mucks lefties. It doesn't matter if he gives a shit about playing or not. That guy crushes left-handed pitching like it's his job. Kind of is. He's going to absolutely destroy baseball today. I don't know if it's going to be a home run. I don't know if it's going to be a double. I don't know if it's going to be a single. It could be a fucking ground ball up the middle. I don't give a shit. Doesn't matter. Anthony Rendon, in a game where I like runs, in a game where I'm on the over, in a game where I think the Angels will be at least a little bit competitive, in a game where they're facing Luzardo, a lefty who I think is very, very overrated, overvalued. All it's going to take is one mistake from Luzardo for the veteran Rendon to get back on track. He needs a fucking base hit like he needs air. He's been so freaking bad to start the season. He's not going anywhere. He's staying in that leadoff spot. He'll be there when the lineups come out. He'll have plenty of at-bats, plenty of chances in a game with plenty of runs to get a base knock with somebody on base. Give me Rendon. I think he gets at least a hit. I've already seen him getting an RBI. Maybe he even hits a nuke. I have a feeling leaving him off the Dinger Tuesday segment coming up next is going to bite me in the ass. And I'm going to see a fucking clip of Rendon hitting a nuke piece today. It's already done. All right, the most hated guy in baseball, Anthony Rendon. He does his job today. Goes more than 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs.
Sure. I'm in.
Looks like we got Trent's no home run night today. The first one of the year, chat. Lock in. Not going to lie. These could have been worse last year. I don't want to jinx. That's all I'm going to say. AKA, might be something Trent takes you want to tell.
Yeah,
all right.
Dude's just trying to auto or reverse jinx his goat whale with
maybe not this one. You're right. Maybe not this one. Looks like he's taking his ex goat whale, J-Ram, to not hit a nuke, -900. Holy shit. We got Raffy foul ball Devers, -1,000 not to go yard. That's insane that's even a bet that's offered. We got Jordan, the Prize Picks employee himself, Alvarez, -350. I don't know how I'm saying these with a straight face. These are fucking hilarious. And Jorge Auto K. How about that for a rhyme? Trent is very creative. Jorge Auto K select, -380. All right, pays out to +100. Sure. There he is.
The Prize Picks fans, man.
Wow, man. We might have to take Jordan today.
Might have to.
You might not have a goddamn choice. All right. Yeah, people forget Trent literally has these guys in his fucking season go well for the year. Like he needs these guys to go yards. It's a win-win though. That could be a smart play. That could be the difference. All right. We got Will Kroll dropping a subby as well. Cannot let this get swept. Tigers are a wagon this year. Don't fade. Will Kroll, you might be right, but I'm fading the heck out of them today. I don't care. It's happening. All right. Jorge is Javon's older brother. Okay. That's got to be. Trent the GOAT. Insane. All right. We might have to take Jorge now for the vibes time.
Might have to.
Take me to Santan the man. Speaking of Javon's guys, Santander with 2 nukes already in your go whale. Sure.
Yeah. Starting off hot.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
You know, Goots is bricked. Did you use Goots as a resource for guidance here when you decided to craft up this whale? Okay.
I didn't. This was a sneak play. There were a couple guys. I was really torn on a handful of guys for the last spot. It was between like him, Casas, and like Carlos Correa and like 2 other squares. And I landed on Santander, who's, I mean, easily had the best start of them all. So,
yep.
Good to see that. Today he gets Alec Marsh for the Royals, who does a couple of things. He's really bad against lefties. He gives up a lot of hard contact. He's also decently loose in the strike zone. It's like he's going to walk a lot of guys. And if we're talking about the guys that are hitting ahead of him, like Gunnar Henderson and Adley are definitely a little more patient than Santander. So I hope that they're on base in front of him. But if we're talking about a guy who's really anytime a guy's facing the Royals that is tough against lefties or struggles against lefties and struggles giving up hard contact, taking Tony Taters. That's probably not the best weather game either with everything that's happened on the East Coast, but I don't really care because I think they're going to be in run scoring spots today. So rolling with Tony Taters. Hopefully he puts one over the wall, but if not, just give me a little RBI single. I think he had one of those yesterday.
Love it. I'm in. Good sell job. We know he's a friend of the program. Santan the man. How about you hit another nuke, make it 3, and go over your hits, runs, RBIs?
Sure.
Now that we're on that game, figured I might as well ask you now. You think Cole Irvin does anything today for the Orioles? What are your thoughts on him in this matchup against the trophies?
So he's a tough one because he's like I don't want to say projects. It's not like he hasn't been a starter. He's not like AJ Puck, but he's one of the guys that like everybody started to buy into because he's velos up like incredibly in spring training and he looks like a whole new pitcher. So like, yeah, on paper he should certainly do plenty against a Royals team that's probably not going to be all that patient. But if he does come out and he walks the ballpark, I would not be shocked either. That's just like that's something we've seen from him in the past. So I mean, again, like the Royals are not incredibly patient outside of like the top of the lineup. So once he gets to the bottom, I mean, it should be baby food on paper. But yeah, I definitely am not taking the Royals today. I'll say that.
Okay. Yeah, I actually like the O's, but they're up to minus 170, so I don't really know how to play them. I do like Irvin strikeouts, though. I was talking with Lauren a little bit about those MLB Live squares, trying to get back on track. Obviously, trying to hear her thoughts because that's her, that's her category. She fucking kills it with those. But after the Mackenzie Gore cake, I was trying to lob her a fastball or at least see if she had any thoughts on Cole Irvin strikeouts. I saw so many Cole Irvin fades on my feed today. It was like the most popular less than strikeout square I saw all over my Twitter. I don't know. Maybe it was just because I was looking up Cole Irvin shit on my phone and they're always fucking listening and watching and they were just popping up on my feed. I don't know. But Cole Irvin less than 4.5 strikeouts today or whatever that's juiced to the under. I mean, I saw over 5 on my feed this morning. People fading Cole Irvin, which I thought was weird because I heard a lot of hype about this guy going into the season. His velo's up to me. And by the way, he's like the most Oriole ever. He's a clubhouse guy. He's a leader in that locker room, if you would believe it. He is. Ask anybody when they talk. He's one of the older guys there. You wouldn't expect it by, how good he is. But in the locker room, he's a main guy there. Blue collar, comes over from Oakland. Not a lot of expectations here. The velo's up in the spring. Cole Irvin, to me, looks like the next, Orioles guy that they fixed and manufactured into a, Dean Kramer when he was good out of fucking nowhere for a couple seasons. Or, the Orioles are a pitching factory. They figure it out. They tinker until it works. And I like this kid. I wouldn't be shocked if he kind of proves people wrong before the books get hip to him and, does his job today.
Yeah. I mean, with that said, though, I don't really know. His leash is often a little shorter than everybody else. So, I mean, if he gets pulled a little early when he gets in like the slightest bit of trouble, I don't exactly know their plan for him, but it's something we've seen before. So maybe that comes into play a little bit, but not too sure. I think if you're taking strikeouts, then the MLB Live is the smart square to take.
Goots?
Yeah, I
Thoughts
was
on your
just
app?
about to say, like, his leash will probably be a little shorter. But also he doesn't just rely on his fastball. He throws other pitches too. Like, he's not throwing his fastball 45% of the time like some of these other fastball pitchers. But if they're working, I like those strikeouts for sure.
Yeah, and let's
There-
target
there
first
is-
couple innings because who knows if
Yeah.
he's even going to be out there in the fifth.
Yeah.
Right.
If I would target it, it'd be the square on the screen. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see if LC locks it in. I don't even want to bring it up to her again. I just want to see if she, ends up taking it because after yesterday and taking Mackenzie Gore, she's due. So I'll be telling that two-piece. Chad, if you're not locked into LC's MLB Live two pieces that she drops on the Twitter feed almost every day, here's a little reminder. Figure it out. Tap in, put her notice on or something because those usually smack, I will say. And after a loss yesterday, wouldn't be surprised if she bounces back. All right. Let's dive into the last couple plays here. I'm going with Brent Rooker. A lot of A's talk. A lot of A's talk on the feed, typically or mainly from Estuary Ruiz getting moved down. We're going to talk about that towards the end. But Brent Rooker as well got benched. Maybe it was because he was wearing one of those wristbands that had something to do with, anti-ownership for the A's and anti them moving the teams. Maybe that's why he got benched. Maybe it's because he started out the season 0 for 10. I don't know. Could have been a little bit of both, right? Maybe the guy just needed a day off. But I think Brent Rooker comes out, after his day off on fire today, almost like a new restart to the season here. If you look at his odds, the juice has been moving up on his over total bases and over hits today, both at a half. Pretty much all morning, up to minus 140 some places, which I love. And it's still up on the Prize Picks board, which is kind of scaring me, but maybe they just haven't taken it off yet. I don't know. But the more than is juiced for the books on Brent Rooker today after he hasn't even gotten off the schneid and gotten a hit. He's 0 for 10 on the season. I'm buying low. Give me Brent Rooker after getting benched, a little reality check, a little reset against the Red Sox. I think there'll be runs in this game. I like the over in this game. And I know he's going against Bayo. Bayo looked great in that first outing. We know how inconsistent he could be, though. We do.
Yeah.
Maybe he gets a base knock off of Bayo. Love seeing that juice move up on the books for his more than half a total base.
Could be the difference.
Could
be
be
the difference.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
props.cash. W's here. Looks like the juice is still loose. What do you got?
Yeah. I was thinking about taking one of those A squares. And for those who may or may not remember, the last I think it was last year, it was like one of those where everybody was on the Red Sox against the A's, like they've been like all this series too. And people call me crazy, looking like a chicken with my head cut off because I like the A's. One of the reasons was because Brian Bayo has still yet to prove to me, and I'm sure to everybody in that organization, that he can pitch to a lineup with a lot of lefties. And the A's, they're missing like one or two of them from last season, but overall it's the same relative lineup. So like I'm a little interested to see how he pitches today. I'm a Bayo fan in general, but again, we haven't seen it where he can pitch against lefties. He was really good, didn't strike many guys out, but he was really good against the Mariners because the Mariners have a good amount of righties. A lot of the power bats in that lineup. We can talk about, J-Rod and Mitch Haniger and a lot of those guys. Like you really only got to go through J.P. Crawford and Cal Raleigh, which not that's light work, but they're a right-handed heavy lineup. And the A's, depending on what they put out today, just might not be that. So I'm a little interested. I also think that was his fantasy score. I mean, it's a half discrepancy, but I did see that at 32.5. And the Goblin for 1.5 walks allowed is interesting too. So I mean, I'm not full go in like a Bayo fade like I was last year in this matchup, but I don't know if I love him today. So I like your A squares.
Well, we might as well bring up the Estuary Ruiz thing now that we're talking about the A's game, and now that we got comments like this, that makes zero sense. Sox, love you, buddy. All right, nobody's perfect, okay, and right now you're not. Estuary Ruiz, I mean, he was the best player in baseball for the first week.
Yeah,
Ruiz was absolutely
great.
tweaking, playing great, hitting almost 500 with stolen bases out the wazoo. Estuary Ruiz looked like he was the most MLB-ready player on the Athletics to start the season. And the weirdest part of the whole thing is you got the MLB manager, sitting on the bench doing an interview after they talk about Estuary Ruiz getting, set down. And he's sitting there saying, oh, well, if Miguel Andujar didn't get hurt before the season even started, Estuary Ruiz wouldn't have even been on the major league team to start the season.
Yeah, it's cap.
Sitting there thinking, who's evaluating this talent? Estuary Ruiz is one of the most electric, fastest players in baseball, if not the fastest. And he got off to an incredible start. Could it be because he's wearing that wristband that's telling the ownership to go fuck themselves? It could be. It could be. This was a weird interview for Mark Kotsay. I'll tell you what. Didn't make a whole lot of sense. I don't get it. It is the A's. Maybe they're tanking. Maybe their ownership is pissed that these players are chirping and wearing these wristbands supporting, the team staying in Oakland. I don't know. I don't really care that much. I don't. All I know is it makes no fucking sense that Estrella Ruiz got sent down after the start he had. I can't make it make sense at all.
Yeah, whatever they're going to come out and say, whether it's Kotsay or anybody else, is just so blatantly false.
So weird. I don't get it. Estrella Ruiz, not only should he be up on the major league team, and not only did he get off to an incredible start before getting sent down, but he's probably the best, most valuable player on that Athletics team.
He's definitely one of them. And then
would you think they want to play him?
Yeah, so they're talking about
the Yankees.
If Miguel Andujar didn't get hurt, like he wouldn't have been here, but they sent him down and brought up Tyler Nevin. Like, come on, dude. Give me a break.
Tyler fucking Nevin? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't get it.
I almost wanted to not watch baseball because it looked like the O's might have brought him onto the team to start the season. Yeah. But the A's turn off comments on their Twitter so no one can say shit. Yeah. Wild.
Hilarious.
Gross. You know what? If they move that team, they should have to sell that team too. That should be a rule. Teams aren't allowed to move until the owner sells them.
Yeah.
I just made that up on the spot. All right, let's keep moving. I think we have one more square, I believe, to get to. I just went over my last one. Javon has probably touched on this enough, but real quick, Zach Gallen. This is your favorite way to fade him this weekend or tonight, taking his more than 2.5 earned runs allowed.
Yeah, we're doing it. Yankees are going to come to play today. They're going to hit the ball hard like they've done, all this season. When you do that and you actually find gaps against Zach Gallen, this is where we're going to start to see, the demise real quick.
Yep.
But he can still be a good pitcher and go over his ERA, obviously. But today, I don't know if he's going to look like that. So I'm never going to be a bigger Yankees fan than I am for today.
Well, I'll give you a pass.
Yeah.
I'll give you a pass. All right. It's Zach Gallen Day, folks. It's a holiday. Comes once a week. All right. If they end up playing the Yankees, they play the Yankees and we back the Yankees. It makes me sick to my stomach just saying that. Doesn't feel right. I literally just got the chills. But it has to be done.
Must.
Trust the milk. All right. Has to be done. That's crazy. All right. Let's move on to the Dinger Tuesday segment here, folks. The first one of the year. Okay. We've each got a 3-piece. Hold the fry, not a parlay. All right. Bet these straights if you're taking them, as you should for everything, because I want to make this perfectly clear. There's a reason why some sports books might be doing some boosts like this. Okay. And the odds might not be as fair as they should. Want that out there on records, right? Maybe there's a reason why, the most popular book out there has a special day where they give all these boosts out for home runs. And then you check and there's no home runs that day compared to the rest of the days that week.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that. But that doesn't mean there's not a couple guys we think aren't going yaya today. Right, Javon?
Yeah.
There's a couple.
Of course.
Right? Might as well get it started out with the legend himself, Miguel Sano. If I probably asked, the average person walking down the street what team Miguel Sano is playing out right now, they probably would have zero fucking idea.
Not a clue.
Right? They probably would have legitimately no idea. And I haven't seen the confirmed lineup come out yet. Maybe it has since we started BTL. Maybe it hasn't. I don't care. He should be playing today. But I can't stop looking at Miguel Sano's big ass because I've already seen him go fucking yard today. He's got a beautiful matchup. And I'm looking at the odds, Javon, on Green Book, and I'm seeing him get some serious respect. Now, what do we know about Miguel Sano? What does he do? He stands there, looks like an offensive lineman, right? He's absolutely ginormous. When he barrels one, he fucking destroys it. Okay, this guy hits nukes. That's all he fucking does. He strikes out or hits a home run. All right? Know what you're signing up for here, chat, because he's not going to be hitting in the 3-hole. Not going to be hitting in the 4-hole. He'll probably be in like the 7-hole or 8-hole. It is what it is. Know what you're signing up for. But again, this goes perfectly with the rest of the sharp reports. Miguel Sano for the Angels today getting that start. I love runs in this game, and I want to fade Luzardo. I'm not a Luzardo guy. The total's up from 8 to 9. I think there'll be plenty of runs in this contest, just like I talked about with Rendon. All right? Is Sano on the Twins? He was. So at least you know where he came from. Sure. All right? Miguel Sano, batting $167 this year, hasn't played much. I don't care. He's going to see a lefty today when he's in that right-handed batter's box and hit a ball 450.
It could be so and Krabs.
Thoughts on Miguel Sano?
Those two are actually crazy pulls from you. The first two on your little Dinger Tuesday sheet. I mean, the second one is absolutely insane. If you get either of those, tip the cap, put the name in the hall.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I'm with you. I'm with you taking some crazy shit in that game. There's one that I like better in that game. That's on the board here.
Hit me with it.
Well, I can skip because in the middle there, Jake Berger today. Which, I don't know. Have you seen the odds in this game?
Yes.
Because we all know the shortest. And we have in this game, I mean, the guy who's actually, I mean, you can argue the most red-hot hitter in baseball right now, just getting no help around him, Mike Trout. And Jake Berger is like 50 cents ahead of him. I mean, give me a break. He has a fantastic matchup too, but when things are this glaring, we're talking about Mike fucking Trout. Yes, he's facing, Jesus Luzardo. So, I mean, definitely a bigger, tougher matchup than Tyler Anderson is, but Trout should be the favorite in pretty much every single game they play, no matter what. And the fact that he started the season off on this absolute tear, you got to take him and you see that Jake Berger is the favorite in this game, 50 cents ahead of him. Beautiful. And matchup wise, like he kills lefties. He's going to kill lefties that, don't have like a big strikeout power slider. Like Tyler Anderson's going to hit a lot of changeups and feed those to Jake Berger. And one of those he's going to lift and he's going to take out far. It's going to be a Jake Berger day.
Jake Burks. He's got one already this year, right? I think on opening day he had one, didn't he?
Potentially.
Pretty sure.
Can't say I'm up on my Jake Berger stats.
Yeah,
knowledge.
He's been balling. He's been a hit run, RBI wagon.
I know he's certainly been putting ball in play. I'll tell you that much. I don't know if he's snuck one over the wall yet, though.
Good. K-Camp coming in hot, I believe, asking if he's asking the right questions.
It's the right question.
Disjoint. Is Gallen getting crossed? Yes, he is. I got the over. Javon's got Yankees ML. Sure. He's getting crushed.
He has not.
All right, Jake Berger's going yard.
Yet.
He has not hit a nuke yet. Okay.
No time better than now.
Right. Exactly.
He hasn't hit a nuke yet as of 1:37 Eastern today, but as of 1:37 Eastern tomorrow, I think we'll be saying some different things.
There you go.
Jake Berger. Remember the name. Okay. Dubs, I like to play. I was looking at that one myself, but I went with the bigger Sano. We'll see how it plays out. Chat's saying he can't catch up to a fastball. Guys, if he couldn't catch up to a Luzardo fastball, he wouldn't be in the major leagues. Okay.
Sano.
Yeah. If he can't catch up to a Luzardo fastball, he wouldn't be playing in the majors.
Yeah. All right. You won't be seeing all fastballs, so you'll be good.
All right. Tell me about Davis Schneider. I want to hear about him.
The GOAT. I think I put him on last year a couple of times, and I did pretty well every time I put him on there. But I like the Jays. I like runs today. Talk about how good their lineup is against lefties, and people kind of know the names, like the big Justin Turner. Obviously, you love to see Vladdy, facing a righty, George Springer too, or facing a lefty. I mean, the one guy that's the sneaky lefty killer that had his little insanity run last year, but he really didn't have like a fall off point. He's still been really, really good, especially when they put him against lefties when they need him. Davis Schneider, who I like today. He's definitely like in a definite weird spot, I guess you could say, in the odds, especially against what on paper is a ground ball pitcher in Framber. But the one thing that we saw last year is for a guy who wants to keep the ball on the ground and wants to limit hard contact, he struggled keeping the ball on the ground. A lot of fly balls, more than usual for Framber, and he gave up a lot of hard contact. So if you're going to give it to one guy, you don't want to give it to the lefty specialist and David Schneider. So I think you're going to score runs today. Obviously, Blue Jays team total is probably my favorite non-Gallen play of the day, and I think he's going to do it. So I don't care to get involved in Vladdy or Springer, to be honest with you, even though I think they have great days. It was really between Justin Turner and Davis Schneider. And I like Davis Schneider's matchup maybe a little better. He's a big fastball guy too. So the one thing that got hit the hardest for Framber and got to hit most in the air last season was his sinker. It was not any of the breaking stuff. So if he feeds him that, hangs up in the zone a little bit, Davis Schneider 450.
All right. Somebody was saying Davis Schneider's not even on one of the books.
I bet.
For home run odds.
I bet. Soft.
Crazy. That is soft. All right. Davis Schneider. Remember the name, Chad, if you don't know him. He's going yaya tonight. Plus 450. Hold the fry. Let me take you to the craziest play you'll probably ever hear in your entire life, ever, on any show, about any bet, in any sport, for any player. Pablo Reyes. Plus 850. Now, I was a little bit surprised to see him only getting 3 digits next to that plus sign. in the home run odds today. I thought he'd be at least plus 1,000, just like the rest of the guys who don't hit nukes. Guys, Pablo Reyes has 8 career home runs. He doesn't hit nukes. He's played about 6 seasons. All right. He was actually suspended for 1 year, or at least a major part of the season, for steroids. All right. Pablo was trying to juice up a little bit. Pablo got caught. Pablo missed a lot of time. When that happened to Pablo, he got traded to the Red Sox from Oakland for cash considerations. Okay. You know who the Red Sox are playing tonight?
Yeah, they're playing the Oakland A's, Kraus.
Playing Oakland. Oakland dumped Pablo after he got popped for steroids. A guy like Pablo who's willing to take steroids and push some boundaries to keep his career alive might be the same guy who wants to lock in and get a revenge nuke against his old team. Maybe that's why his odds are a little bit shorter than I thought. I don't know. I do know this. I think there'll be runs in this game. I think Oakland is going to be live. I think Bayo is going to take a step back and not be as sharp as he was against Seattle in that first start. And I think Pablo against Alex Woods, who, by the way, has a 16 ERA because he looked like moose shit in his first game. I think he gets shelled too. And I think Alex Wood is completely past his prime. Pablo's got a chance to go up against a lefty in Alex Wood for the A's. And Jack won against his old team. They traded him away for nothing, for a bag of chips, for some cash, after his life was almost over when he got ruined. Pablo Lopez, ladies and gents, is getting his 9th career home run tonight against his former team. When it happens, I want you to remember this moment. Okay?
Probably my favorite meme of all time.
That's insane.
What is that?
It's cash considerations card.
Okay.
Second base.
It's been traded 75 million times across the league.
Was he on the Orioles too?
Cash considerations has been on every team.
You're saying the guy is literally a cash consideration. All right. Dude, that might be the worst dad joke I've ever fucking heard. God damn it.
Hilarious.
You got me, kids. Easy.
Shit,
I'll take cash considerations more than half a TV today. First time he's up all year.
Yeah,
sure.
There you go.
If he has 8 career home runs plus 850 seems criminal. Yeah, it might be 7, guys. It's either 7 or 8.
Yeah.
It's either 7 or 8. I forget. Either way, I don't care. Pablo's going to make it 9. He might even make it 10, double digits with a 2-piece. I don't know. Maybe I'll sprinkle on it. Probably won't, though. Probably won't. But he's hitting 1.
Just
thoughts on that breakdown. Thoughts on that find.
I mean, I like the breakdown. It's a scary situation, I guess, taking a tank in Oakland with a guy who doesn't hit nukes, but that's why it's plus 850. You tip your cap.
Yep. I swear to God, if he hits 1, I'm going to go bonkers.
That would be crazy.
I'm going to bet these. Somebody asked earlier in the chats, if I put $100 on all these, will I profit? I'd say for something like this, you throw $20. You throw $10 on all of them, right? You cut the units down, you're throwing, 0.1 units on all these. It's Stinger Tuesday. This is not a straight bet. This is not a squad ride. This is fun, right? This is why we're doing this on this day, to give you guys some fun plays that could smack. And we put some hours into it, all right? We put some research into it. You don't find Pablo Reyes just scrolling through the screen plus 850. You got to put some time in.
Yeah.
Okay? Still like these plays. But yeah,
Chipotle
put some lunch money on that puppy. Uh-huh. Yep. Exactly. Although that might be a little too much. Chipotle's not cheap these days.
Yeah, Chipotle running you a little pretty penny in this
They're
economy.
skipping you.
A little bit.
They've got me on a fucking chokehold, man. They got me. I don't care. They could charge $30 for that burrito. I'd still fucking buy it. I don't care.
The Moe's I had at the airport yesterday in Dallas, it was like $21 for a bowl and a drink, and there was like 2 pieces of fucking chicken in it.
Yeah, well, that's airport.
Goes.
That's airport, kids. They be taxing at the airport.
I know.
I swear to God, whenever I get down there in Dallas and at the airport, I feel like I'm always coming in at like the weirdest hours ever. It'll be like 6 a.m. and I'll see a line out the fucking wazoo at Dickie's Barbecue.
Yep.
Yeah,
that was right next
to
us.
I'm in Texas. Yep.
There's a little bar to the side too. It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's locked over there.
W Airport.
It is good. Chipotle, all about knowing how to finesse the prices. Yeah, I guess, Jocko. If I see one more fucking TikTok video of, I got these 3 bowls for $4, I'm going to fucking delete the app. Okay? I'm calling cap. Those people probably work at Chipotle. They might be on the inside. Because I go in there and I ask for another little scoop of rice because they gave me like 3 little grains of it, and they look at me like they want to pull a gun.
Yeah,
it's absurd. Like it comes out of their paycheck, every grain of rice. Fuck them.
Moose.
All right. Anyways, Take us to Corey Seager. Why is he going yard today? I'm sure Lauren loves to see this.
Yeah, it's my one goat. But for Corey Seager, or I guess not for him, but for Zach Eflin, for those who remember Ryan Noda, I guess that was the start of the madness last year when I took him to go yard on one of these Dinger Tuesdays. Any guy that can lift breaking balls from the bottom of the zone against Zach Eflin is going to be very successful in that matchup. And Zach Eflin, good or bad, like even if he has a shutdown start, he's a guy that's given up a couple home runs. He's due for a solo shot or two a game. He's like Glass now, except with less overpowering stuff with what he does pretty much every start for them. But Corey Seager, there's not many better hitters in all of baseball at taking a changeup, sitting on it, and shooting it to the right center field wall. So like Corey Seager today, I think he's going to absolutely tweak off of Zach Eflin, and I think you're going to see one probably sent into the Ray tank.
Okay. I'm in. Corey Seags. Did you say he's hit one yet this season?
I don't know. Let's take a quick look.
Has he gotten off the schneid?
No, not yet.
Hit one out yet?
What do you mean he's hitting 500?
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, it's not like he ain't seeing the ball well. He just hasn't sent one over yet.
Well, let me take you to a very, very similar angle with another GOAT towards the bottom of this graphic here. Another guy who's hitting 500 who also has not gotten off the schneid and hit his first home run yet until today. Ronald Acuna. And guys, I've already seen this one. It's in the first inning. If you want to get better odds and bet that, just at bat wise, it's going to be first at bat, first inning. He's going plus 265 for Acuna today. The way he's seen the ball, come on, he's hitting one against Crochet, who actually pitched really well for once in that first start when everybody on earth faded him. Everyone that I've ever met or seen on earth, all 8 billion of them, everyone tracked by the census, had some sort of wager fading Garrett Crochet in that first game. What did he do? He pitched pretty fucking good. He's got a 1.5 ERA. He dealt. He went more than his strikeouts. Everybody got burnt. Now you're going to see people hopping on the Crochet train, right? This kid's been trendy for years. He's supposed to be very good. Highly touted prospect. The guy's got nasty stuff. Well, nasty stuff is cool and all, but when you're very inconsistent and when you're on the White Sox, I got no faith in you, especially after a great start. I want to fade the fuck out of you against this Braves lineup that's stacked. Ronald Acuna is going to be locked in. He's still looking for his first home run of the year, just like your guy Seager is. I think he does it early in this contest, and he does it in that first at-bat of the game for the Braves against Crochet, plus 265.
That would be electric. I'm with you, Al.
Yep.
I think Crochet, he's definitely going to get the Braves to run into a couple today.
Okay, good. Just got to pick the right one.
Yeah.
All right. W's, chats. A couple guys we think are going hitting some nukes today. All right, nothing crazy. It is Dinger Tuesday. Congratulations to those who celebrate. All right. Sprinkle on these puppies. These are not unit plays. These are fun lunch money bets. All right.
Of course.
We'll recap tomorrow. Hopefully we hit 2 of these and we are profitable. All right.
Yep.
Awesome. Do we like the Brewers today? Chat's asking. A lot of questions coming in hot right after we finish this. Love to see that. The Brewers are catching minimal steam here. They have yet to lose a game. With Junis on the bump, Javon, are we thinking the Brewers pull out a win here against Minnesota? What are your thoughts on this game starting up here in a couple hours?
I mean, I'm not going to fade the Brewers necessarily. Like, I'm not going to take this win. I'm not going to bet anything in this game, but I don't love Jacob Junis. That's a guy who, he's so weird, especially in his time with, the Giants. He's made a bunch of tweaks to, his pitch mix, and he's not a huge strikeout guy. So, the Twins, that's what you really need to dominate against that lineup. So, I think they're going to have a little bit of success. Louis Varland's definitely a big wild card, what to expect from them this year, but I definitely lean Twins. Not going to take anything in the game, though.
Okay. This might be comment of the week, folks. I thought you were reaching in my bank account and making me place 100 on each. No, I will. That is what most people think when a bet loses. Although when it wins, they think they were the ones that came up with it. No, but common misconception, I will. All right, common misconception there. Guys, sprinkle on those. All right, if you want to nuke something, nuke the squad ride that's due. That's what you nuke. Okay? Yeah, Javon, I want nothing to do with this first game. I tried. I looked at it for extra long. I wanted to get some action in for this 4 p.m. Eastern start. Can't do it. Not forcing.
Yep.
Not forcing. We got about 10 minutes. I feel like we're doing a disservice to ourselves, and it won't feel right unless we at least touch on the NIT games.
Yeah, sure.
2 of them tonight. Guys, still basketball on. All right, don't give up yet. We've got Utah and Indiana State. We got Indiana State getting about 2 cents. Sorry, 2 points on the spread of Steam, moving up from -1.5 to -3.5. Georgia and Seton Hall, about 2 points of steam there for Seton Hall, up to -4.5 there too. So both favorites getting steamed up. Any early thoughts on that Utah-Indiana State contest? We know they have Robbie Avila, and they're going to be a very popular, trendy team. Utah, not so much, but they're playing like the potential team making it tournaments preseason that was selected to probably make March Madness and make a run with some of these veterans on Utah. They're finally locking in and playing like that squad. What are your thoughts on that first game?
This one's weird because, I think Utah is definitely a team that could run with, almost anybody. Obviously, there are a couple teams in the Pac-12 and in non-con that made them do that. So they're going to run with Indiana State. They're definitely a little bigger. So, I think they give them some trouble for a little bit. But my gut still tells me that guard play is going to fall a little short for them, especially if they come out shooting tour dates like we saw a couple of times throughout this tournament that they've been able to fight through. Outside of, Davon Smith, been fantastic on triple-double watch pretty much the last 3 months of the season, including this run. This game is probably going to soar over. I would say that would be probably my favorite play in it, if anything, lean Indiana State.
Okay. Yeah, the total is down a little bit from that opener, but, it was very, very high to begin with, and for good reason, right? Utah can match the tempo of Indiana State. Indiana State likes to run quick possessions, plenty of shots, plenty of opportunities for points. Utah will match that. They can. And I think Devin Smith will be the main reason why they're still hanging in this game. I'm going to go back to the well and take him once again on Prize Picks. It gives me Mark Sears vibes. I've been talking about Mark Sears every fucking round, but not actually betting him. Talking about how he's going to carry that team, and I continue to fade Alabama and not take Mark Sears points, even though it's square on Prize Picks. I'm done. I'm done staying off because it's a popular pick or popular guy. This is college basketball. This is not NFL. Nobody gives a shit. The handle's not big enough for them to give a shit. Okay? Let's trust what we know, especially in the NIT. And if we have to square up a little bit, that's okay. I don't see a world where Devin Smith doesn't go over his 30 PRA once again. That dude's been a monster. He's everywhere on the court.
Yeah, I like that square for sure.
Give me his more than 29.5 PRA. He'll be everywhere again tonight, whether they win or lose. Okay? Game 2, Georgia, Seton Hall. Any thoughts there? Seton Hall still playing like that team that's trying to prove the committee wrong for leaving them out of the tournament instead of UVA.
Yeah, give me Georgia.
Wow.
Plus the points or the ML. I think they win this game.
Wow.
Because they're Seton Hall is definitely going to make them play a little slower, which is not exactly in their comfort zone. But Georgia, against a lot of those teams, even in the back half of SEC play, they've been getting out in transition really any way they want to. So that's an area where Seton Hall has been a little vulnerable. They just haven't played many teams throughout the NIT run and then in the back half of conference tournament play that can really do that. That we're able to take advantage of that, and I think Georgia does. And they're so versatile on really every level. They have a bunch of guys that you can go out and say is going to be the guy to carry them and have a really big game, which I think is pretty important against Seton Hall. Because if you have a guy, which we've seen, against Seton Hall a couple of times in the NIT run, they can just shut him down and make your offense very uncomfortable. So Georgia can do it in a lot of different ways. So I like them.
Looks like Mikey's dropping some soccer. Anybody got eyes? Anybody know what the fuck this is?
Early EPO play.
Bournemouth. There's no way that's how you pronounce it.
Bournemouth.
Okay. On the ML, is there a plus sign? Is there a minus sign? Anybody in chat know soccer? Any Nerfies today? My guy comes in here every day asking for the Nerfies. He needs them. Might be a shit wager, Remilo saying. Dudes, come on. Don't sleep on Bournemouth against Crystal Palace. Ooh, Crystal Palace. I know them. Plus 100. All right, Mike.
Sure. Let's
see if he's dialed on the pitch. Chad, if you're looking for some early action, looks like that's a 2:45 Eastern start. Holy smokes. That could be a little surge stream sweat.
Could be.
Grabs giving out cake yesterday for real. You could not be more correct, my man. I gave out so much cake. Let's change the narrative today. Let's flip the scripts. Let's smack some bets. All right, we're going to do the squad ride here in 1 moment. I have to ask Javon first, though. Are there any other hockey, NBA, any other plays you want to let the people know before we move on to the most important part of our lives, the squad ride?
No, I'm good. Only thing I have in either of those, I guess, combined is the Sens. So that's the
you already went over that on the
there.
sharp report. Yep. Good. All right, chat. Let's lock the fuck in, dudes. I want to see that train. Let's roll. if we don't hit a squad ride today, people are going to start asking questions.
Yep.
People are going to start questioning the legacy. They're going to start saying, is this something I want to tell every day blindly? That's not a thought I want in people's heads, Javon. We can't let them get to that point. Okay? It's our job to alley-oop, winners only. Doesn't matter if all the other 4 plays hit and the one that they pick loses. Still on us.
Well, I'm gonna step up and say it right here, right now. I'm back against the wall. We need a squad ride winner. I would love to back a team that just got no hit. There's a lefty killing team that is facing a lefty that gets the ball hit hard off of him, like we've seen a little bit last year in the start of spring training. And we need a bounce back. So do they. I think the Jays are scoring 4 runs. To put that top of vote. And then secondary, like as much as I love fading Gallon, I would feel that would probably take the 1 spot if the Yankees were not undefeated and literally look superhuman. So obviously I still like it, still doing it, but the Jays off the no-hitter has got to be top of the list for me.
Okay. I worry about runs in that game, but I'm not a fool. I'm a smart enough man to realize when Javon likes to play a lot that it has to go in there when he's confident enough. We'll put that puppy in there. Toronto team total over 3.5. I'm down.
Yep.
All right. Love the no-hitter angle. Okay. Don't love a lot of the other stuff, but I'm going to trust because it works. All right. Toronto team total over 3.5. Has to be in there. If you're starting out by saying, let me go ahead and set the precedent, tell the people about the play I love the most to get off the schneid, I don't care what the play was. It was going in there. Okay.
Has to.
Good. Yankees ML. Yankees over.
You can take your pick. I feel like you're not unbiased because you hate the Yankees, but maybe a little less inherently biased about the game than maybe I am.
Okay.
So pick your angle there.
I think it's Yankees ML.
Okay.
I think it's Yankees ML. And I fucking hate saying that.
Yeah.
I hate that. I'm getting mad. I'm getting pissed off. But it's Yankees ML.
I do fear rainouts. I know you're not a meteorologist.
Someone's got to be, though.
Well, not in those games. The D-backs play in a dome, and so do the Astros.
The Mets was the one that was at home, right?
Yeah.
Mets, home, potential rainout. We'll probably leave them out of here. Yep.
Perfect. GG.
But the Yankees are on the road in Arizona, so they're chilling.
Yeah.
We'll put them in on the ML.
We got a roof in Arizona and in Houston.
We do got roofs. Good. All right, what else we got? Sens ML?
I'm down for Sens in the vote, of course.
Good. Ottawa ML, sure. What about the Angels in Miami over? You have any thoughts on that one? You seem to like it when I pitched it.
I'm in on that. I'm in on that.
Good. Looks like that one starts at 6:40 Eastern. That's enough time.
Yep.
Angels and Miami over 9. Juice is loose, folks. Love that. One more play. Don't have to force. Is there another one looking at you funny?
I probably would have said right there with the Mets with you, but that game may or may not happen.
Could it be the Rays?
I'm not laying that with the Rays, respectfully. They're probably going to win, but minus 160, I'm not going to lay it.
Could it be the Rockies and Cubs over that involves Freeland and Assad after we saw a legacy pitching day yesterday with that win?
There's also a win today, though.
Could it be not forcing and just putting these 4 plays in, letting chat vote for a winner?
I think that's the answer.
Okay, good. Yep, I can feel it. Felt right as soon as I said it. Chat, 4 plays, 4 winners for the squad ride today. Can we get out of this shit? Can we fucking say enough is enough and lock in and hit a squad ride, please? Can you guys click the right button, will you? Show some heart today. Put the blinders on. Lock the fuck in.
While they're voting, I need to ask, since the debut of the Demons on Prize Picks, have you seen anyone at 3.5 total bases before?
For a demon?
Yeah.
Seen those.
I have not.
Well, I think there's one man that's up for the first time ever at 3.5.
Tell me it's not the guy that you need.
GG.
Trent's locked. As soon as MLB season returns, this motherfucker's getting up. He's posting videos in the morning, going over his plays. He's finding first squares ever on the board. You can't tickle like that, Trent. That was like a Javon move. What's square?
Rumors are swirling Judge was at.
Okay.
Yeah, Judge would make sense.
Well,
they do have a Miguel Sano 1.5 demon crabs.
Oh, do they now?
They do. They got the
That'll have
whole.
to be added to the card.
They got the whole 9 up for pretty much every team.
Yeah, no, so many squares up today. It took me forever to go through them. I was like, holy shit. They're all like demons and gobs and shit, but insane amount of squares.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Plenty of options. You could take some of those Dinger Tuesday plays on Prize Picks if you want to get cute. That's what I'll be doing.
Sure.
All right. Chat, lock in your votes. All right. I haven't been gassing this puppy up enough, but we've got 4 plays, 4 winners, and we've got to get off the schneid here because we're only 10 games over 500 in the new year on the squad rides. 35, 25, and 2. We were almost 20 games over 500 about 2 weeks ago. It's been tough sledding. Lock the fuck in. Let's pick a winner. It seems like Chad already has. We got almost 100 votes for the team total over on the Blue Jays. And with how Javon opened up the squad ride poll, I don't blame you guys. Shit, I would have voted for that too. All right. Toronto, team total over 3.5. After getting no hits, the Blue Jays are showing up today.
Have to.
We don't have a goddamn choice.
Yep.
Javon, let's cash today. Why not us? Chat, stick around. We've got the surge stream starting up right now. Let's see what Trent has crafted up. He's got a no home run parlay. He's going to show that to you guys. Last year, those were fun to tail. They were fun to sweat. Let's see if he's got some magic left in him for this season. All right, stick around. We'll be back tomorrow on BTL. Same time, same place. We'll be seeing. Peace, guys.